That really is cheating. That is fucking gay. That is gay. And that is not okay. Come on. At least I killed you this time. That's nice. Oh, now the cops are after me? Okay. So they were originally after that guy. I helped them. I helped the cops and now they're after me. Okay. Fuck you ungrateful little pieces of shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the cops in this game? Play CSGO, hacker. San Juan. Yeah, I might play. I mean, I've tried playing CSGO. I've tried, but for some reason it doesn't want to work with my encoder. Even though I use NVIDIA, I guess it's because I have an old CPU. I have an old processor. So I guess it just doesn't want to work with my old processor. I've heard CSGO is one of the more one of the more CPU intensive games. So I'm like, yeah, maybe it's me, your Facebook friend Sanju. What's up? I was thinking about someone else. Yeah, like I said, man, I have a very old CPU. I have an i7, what's it called? i7 5820K, which is equivalent to an i5 9th generation. Not the best CPU, not the worst, I admit, but not really the best. And since CS:GO is very CPU intensive, oh my, and I killed him, and then he ran. All right. So since CS:GO is very CPU intensive, no matter how much I try to render it on my GPU, it doesn't want to like actually stream it since my CPU is so shitty. What? Who the fuck killed me? Is this a hacker? Is this a fucking hacker? Sanju, I think your hunch was right. This guy's a hacker. Get on the right. No. I don't have a Ryzen, and I don't have enough money to buy a new motherboard and all that. Why? Okay, I'm starting a new session. I don't care. Yeah, fuck this shit. But I mean, I could play CS:GO in 1440p 60 FPS. I just can't record and stream it. Wait, man. You see that big heart by my username? Yeah. Why don't you give that a big click? And why don't you host me? That really helps out a lot. Thank you! Thank you! Fuck yeah! Alright, thanks. You don't know how much I appreciate this, man. Especially in the desperate situation I'm in right now. Man, I swear to God, if I were rich, man, and famous, man, dude, I would appreciate every fucking second of it. Dude, I would be a great empire. I would not be an arrogant little prick like other people start getting once they get famous. I swear to God, I wouldn't. This is a CEO, so he's gonna be pretty hard. This guy's a hacker too, I bet. Alright. You ain't catching me with that shit. That's for fucking sure. Get over here. Get over here. Come on. Get over here. Get over here. Come on. Who are you trying? I can't. Become more famous than PewDiePie or Shroud. Oh yeah, of course. I'm gonna be the new. So ever since, dude, since PewDiePie quit, I'm gonna be the new empire. I'm gonna take over everything, man. I don't fucking care. I'm gonna take over everything. I'm the new guy with the big PP, okay? I'm the newest, biggest PP out there. If I get big, man, I swear to God, I would give shout-outs to as many people as I know, man. Like, I don't care. I'm that kind of person. Can't afford a good CPU, I guess. Fuck. This is actually the first Tales game with a full-on female protagonist. There was one Tales of Exilia that had one female and one male protagonist. You can choose one, but this is actually the first one with a female protagonist, which is actually pretty cool. Very progressive of the Japanese to do. That's very progressive coming from the Japanese. Okay, let's change your costume. This is fucking, this is a Coomer, fucking. In fact. Alright. How the fuck are we using 50% of, 32 gigs of RAM?
Yeah.
So Sanju, you still there? Or did that lag make you wanna like leave the stream? Commit, get off stream or something like that. So yeah, now I'm annoying, am I? Yes. Man. Like what the Man, I swear to God, people are such self-righteous faggots nowadays. Like I hate to be so offensive here though, but I mean every time I see people on social media argue over everything, man. Like, why can't the internet be good like it used to be? Like, why does everyone have to argue? That's my only stipulation with today's state with the internet. And I'm in the South Watchtower, great. My only stipulation with the modern day internet is that people just don't get along anymore. The internet isn't about having fun anymore. And thank you, Sanj, for the host. I mean, if I were to put like pin down one thing that I hate about modern society, is that there are people that are either easily offended or take advantage of people that are easily offended, and it causes a whole shitstorm on the internet. The internet has become a sport about yelling the loudest. Whoever can yell the loudest wins. Whoever can make, and for the trolls, whoever can make the person yell the loudest wins. Like that's what the internet has become. It's become so political. Like okay, I graduated in 2017. That's when and the ironic thing is, senior year is when the internet started getting political. Now, if I were to pin down the best age for the internet, it would have to be 2013. 2007 to 2013 is when the internet was like, it was great. The internet was like, the internet has become so uberly political that you can't even keep up with who is saying what anymore, and you can't even laugh on the internet anymore without repercussion. Example being that kid with the MAGA hat that smirked at the Native American. Like, what the heck is going on with the internet? Like, everyone's such a self-righteous faggot on the internet right now. And I know I might get so much repercussion for this later on in my career. But, I mean, if you look at the internet, all you see are SJWs and neo-Nazi fascists. Whatever happened to just having fucking fun? That's my stipulation with 2020, and I hope this ends in the 2020s decade, man. This has gone on. This has gone on long enough, honestly. So the stipulation again that I have with the internet is that everyone is triggered all the time, 24/7. And you can say pretty much anything on the internet and get away with it. Like, that's... And this is going to be the subject, this is probably going to be the subject within one of my future YouTube videos, is how the internet has become so self-centered, so full of self-righteous normies, that I can't even stand it anymore. Everyone is so... Like, here's the thing about the internet, too, is that... Since the internet has become full of self-righteous normies, the internet, you see, you can compare the internet to the fall of the internet to the fall of the Roman Empire. The internet was full of outsiders, you know, outcasts of society. That the internet was the only place to vent out your frustrations and probably earn some money in the long run. But nowadays, the internet is full of normies that don't even give a fuck about internet culture, and only give a fuck about their self-righteous opinion that, oh, thanks for the friend request, Santa Skills. I'll accept it. Thanks for the host of the Midnight Present. Like, the internet has become such a hub for self-righteous people that are just normies, whose opinions shouldn't even matter. If you're a normie, you should reconsider your place on the internet. The outsiders, you see, us outsiders, we're creative, we're edgy, you know, we don't get offended as easily, and whenever we create something, there's always some normie company trying to make it normified and just blurt out as many movies out of it as possible, as many normie memes out of it as possible. They're unfunny and unoriginal. That's my stipulation with the internet in 2020. Like, if anyone remembers the good old days of YouTube poops, Nyan Cats, Filthy Frank, E-Dubs, hell, even Freddy. Dude, you are allowed to be my friend. Hell, if there's a girl out there that remembers this shit, man, you are the girl for me. Like, the internet, you see, and I'm going to talk about this in the future video as well. You know, I make a lot of commentary videos as well. And I get somewhat of a following. But the internet used to be a place full of creativity, full of fun, full of laughs. The internet used to be fun. It used to be edgy. It used to be amusing. It used to be full of drama. Nowadays, there's none of that. The internet used to be such a wild place. With the exception of Facebook, of course. Can we please appreciate the old days of the internet? Because that's how it should be. That was when it was balanced, as it should be. Let's be completely honest with ourselves here. Like, if the internet weren't... Here's the thing about the internet, right? If the internet stayed the way it was, of course we wouldn't have the popular culture we have right now. But then again, we wouldn't have so much political extremism and so much drama that social media is causing the mainstream media to put on people that are on the internet. Oh, it's all 4chan's fault. Oh, it's all Twitter's fault. Oh, it's all Tumblr's fault. No, it isn't. It's because you normified those websites, and those websites are not normie websites. can you please deal with that? It's like, god damn. Do I have to be repeating myself here? The internet was not designed for normies. The internet was designed for with outsiders in mind. I mean, you just look at the early internet and you'll find out what kind of people hung out on the internet and how much creativity it had. Nowadays it's the same old bullshit over and over again. It gets so repetitive and nobody even cares. No, and here's the thing, everybody forgets about it within the next few days. Whenever something happens, whenever something big happens, oh, in 3 days, it no longer happened. This is the thing about the NPCs on the internet, is that you never settle upon one thing. The memes no longer have meaning. Whatever happened to meme culture? Meme culture is so dead. At least it's alive, but it's not as creative. It's not as unique as it used to be. I miss the good old days. Even in 2015 with Trollface and then No Meme, even that was more creative than what we have right now. And it was uberly less political than what we have right now. Like, everything's gotta be so political nowadays. I miss the days, and here's the thing, it's not that I have anything against politics, it's that it shouldn't consume your whole fucking life. And that's what normies being on the internet cause. It caused identity politics to get into every single thing within your life. Is that any surprise now? Like, whatever normies tend to touch, they make it a bland, unoriginal theme. Look at what happened to Marvel, look at what happened to DC, look at what happened to Star Wars, especially when Disney bought it. It shouldn't come as any surprise that you know, fascism is on the rise because of the internet, because normies got on the internet and started getting so offended at everything. And now fascists are on the rise because, according to them, they're exercising their freedom of speech. Which, if we're being completely honest, yeah, they are, but I mean, keep that shit away from me. Like, back then, people could get something like, I don't know, high school, right? You can get something as trivial as high school, make fun of it in the most creative way possible, i.e. Filthy Frank. And, you know, the way Filthy Frank did it. And you wouldn't get no repercussion for it because you did it in the most edgy way possible. You could be creative, you could do whatever you wanted on the internet back then. Back then was like before 2016, no, before 2017, that was the Wild West age of the internet, and I feel sorry for the Zoomers because back then, well, I'm a Zoomer, I'm 21 years old, but back then that was like the time to be on the internet. That was the time that you had to see. If you thought differently, if you were more intelligent, if you had a high IQ, you were most definitely on the internet. Now everything is so complacent with everything. Why does everything have to be so complacent? Like everything is so complacent. Like you have to be complacent with everything on the internet. And these big corporations on the internet that pretty much own everything. Like, whatever. And here's another thing: the old forums had so much customability to their accounts. It was like you could put whatever you wanted on your account and have it appear on comments. But nowadays you can't do that. But nowadays these corporations are so inconsistent with who they ban. Oh, whenever somebody does something remotely wrong, whenever something does something remotely non-political or something that goes against their agenda, they get the almighty ban hammer, and they will like self-righteously ban you from the platform. It's not like people don't make extra accounts anyways. It's not like people can't change their IP address. It's not like people can't buy new devices so that way they won't be completely banned. This is why Twitch is so good. I like Twitch so much because you can say whatever almost whatever you want here. It's no surprise that people, especially gamers from YouTube, are moving to Twitch and Mixer. It's definitely no surprise. Man, I remember when I was 7 years old and Chocolate Rain and Afro Ninja was out. Now that was kind of funny and original. By today's standards, that would be cringy, but that was funny and original back then. Did I ever mention that back then on the internet? Right? Well, at least before 2010, you could post like you could criticize another content creator without getting DMCA claimed by triggered corporations or triggered YouTuber trying to act like a corporation, which is actually illegal, but people still do it anyways. Like, is that too much to ask? That we go back to the days when the internet was a much more unified place. God, I hate fucking normies.